What's up, guys? This is the Philosophical Doomer, aka Luclinia, and what can I say? The BP reigns supreme. And what I wanted to talk, well, this is pretty much like a rant. This is pretty much kind of like going to be kind of like everywhere, and I want to talk about like a lot of my videos really don't talk about women or the opposite sex, and that's mainly because like my experience with women. I mean, I did had like some bad experience, well, a lot of bad experience with women, but I also had positive experiences with women or the opposite sex. Like from my own experience, I do have my days um some days like I walk out the house and then I'll have women look at me with like disgust or whatever like that. And then other days, I'll probably be walking down the street, whatever like that. I'll have some women, smile or wave hello, you know what I'm saying, or say hello, whatever like that. Pretty much initiate. So it's kind of mixed. I did have like bad experience with women, you know what I'm saying, throughout my life, but it's mixed. It's mixed. Like I remember one time I was in the third grade, and you're in the third grade and you have to walk in a line or everything like that. And that was as we were walking in the line, we were going past the boys and girls bathroom, and the girls had a list on the wall, and basically the list was like on the left it was like pretty much like unattractive guys, and on the right it was attractive guys. And I was the first one on the top of the list on the top of the list when it came to the unattractive guys. And the dude I was hanging with at the time, I mean, me and him used to really hang together like all day in school, even out of school, right? He was at the top of the list, but he was on the attractive side. You know what I'm saying? So you pretty much had like the most unattractive dude in the grade hanging out with the most unattractive dude in the grade hanging out with the most attractive dude that was in the grade. Let's call the dude D. And I'll make a separate video about D, but he was two faced too. Even like we was kids, and you could like even when we was kids, like in the third grade, women were throwing themselves at him. And I remember when we got older, like we were like in middle school, whatever like that. The same women were still doing the same thing. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So like that's why I say like, like I know, like when you like I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? When women really like you, they literally will throw themselves, you know what I'm saying, at you. Yeah, you don't have to initiate; they'll initiate first. But that I'll talk about like my whole experience with D in another video. But like another like a positive experience that I had with women were like I remember I was 19, and when I was 19, I was at CCP, which I still am at CCP. I'll talk about why I went back or whatever. But I was at CCP, and like in that semester, I had two girls that were liking me. One was named Judith. She was like Colombian, and she was in my English 101 class. And the other one, her name was Trish. She was Filipino. She was in my CIS class, and I could tell with Judith. I forgot how we first. I think with Judith, I think the first day of class, like I was just being nice. Like I just held the door open. I was holding the door open for everybody, and she walked in, and I sat down, and she sat down right next to me, and we just started talking, and we were talking and talking and talking, and over the course of like probably like 3 classes together, we exchanged numbers or whatever like that. But I could tell she liked me, and I can tell that like she was just waiting for me to like make a move, like, and I never did. And that's kind of like where I come in, where I'm the problem. I'm kind of like a wimp, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like like making my move, you know what I'm saying, and eventually women lose interest fast. So if you don't make your move, if you don't hurry up and jump on it and make your move, you know what I'm saying, they move right on to the next. But Judith, she didn't exactly move right on to the next. It's more so like she was patient with me like throughout the whole like semester, and I just like never made a move on her. And then like you can kind of see in their eyes when they give up, like, oh, like he's never gonna make a move, and they kind of like get tired of you. And the other girl, Trish, like who was Filipino or whatever like that. I forgot exactly how we started busting it up and started talking, but I think it's the same thing. We sat next to each other, and then we just started talking, and then over the course of some classes, we exchanged numbers or whatever like that. And she used to like text me like "Good morning," this, that, and the third, or whatever like that. And I remember during the last day of the class, when we were taking the finals, we were taking the final capstone for that CIS class, and she was like, "Good morning," or whatever like that. I'm gonna sit right next to you, or whatever like that. And at the end, when we got finished taking the capstone, she was like waiting for me or whatever like that she was like waiting for me, right? So we can, because she would wait for me so we could walk together outside of class. And she pretty much was like waiting for me, and I pretty much like turned my head or whatever like that. And she was like kind of like rejected her. It was stupid. Kind of like rejected her in a sense, and she could like sense that, and she was like, okay, that's fine, that's why nobody don't want you, or whatever like that. And she kind of said it in a lower voice. She didn't say it like out loud or whatever like that. She was like, that's fine, that's why like nobody don't want you, or whatever like that. I didn't care, but I was kind of like I still got it, like DBR was saying, like I think I'm just like so underdeveloped, what I'm saying, like I just, you like women, but you know what I'm saying, you kind of don't. You like, if a woman, if you were to get into a relationship with a woman and she was to come over your house, you wouldn't even know what to do. Like, that's how inexperienced you are. And I think when it finally comes to that that moment where you have to, when it finally comes to the moment where like I actually have to make my move, I'm just like too scared to, right? And I just like never do, what I'm saying? And that's my fault. That's on me, what I'm saying? So like just like in this semester, I had a girl do the same thing. Like I was coming a little late to my English 102 class, and she was coming a little late too, and we met on the elevator, and she initiated conversation with me on the elevator with her. She was like, did you do this assignment? Did you do that assignment? And we walked to class together or whatever like that. We was talking on the way, all the way there. And then, after class was finished, she waited for me, what I'm saying? She waited for me, and then we walked out together, and we was outside, and, we were talking on the way there. And I was just like, bye. Like, I was like, I pretty much got to go to my next class. So I was like, have a nice day, bye. She was like, bye. Like, what I'm saying? And like from that moment when she said bye like that, I was like, oh yeah, like, what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, what I'm saying? And after that, she started treating me mean, because she took it as kind of like, I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested. But she took it as like, she took it as kind of like rejection in a way, but like that's not exactly what I was doing. What I'm saying? I just had to go to my next class. But that's how she took it. I think she probably wanted me to like make my move, ask for her Instagram or ask for a number, in that instance, in that second, and I just didn't. I just didn't make my move. But like I wasn't interested anyway. I wasn't interested anyway, and it was another time, like when I was at Wegmans, when I actually started. Like, yeah, I'm kind of going like flip flopping, going back and forth in time, like kind of like everywhere. But like when I was at Wegmans, that was like the first. I was like 25 when I like first like asked the girl for her number. What I'm saying? And it was because at Wegmans, a lot of the people there at the Wegmans I worked at, a lot of them were like foreigners. They came from different countries, and they did Instacart. And what I'm saying? So this girl, I forgot what her name was. Right, I forgot what her name was, but she was Venezuelan or whatever like that. And her English was all right. Her English was pretty good. And I asked her for a number, and she gave me a fake number. So, pretty much I was like after that, I knew she wasn't interested. But like it was kind of weird because like after I already like shot my shot and like asked her for a number and shit like that, it was kind of like when I was like, because I worked in Frozen at Wegmans, and it was kind of like she was like, if she would come into an aisle and like she would try to get something, but she would try to like she would like say hello to me or how I know, and she never did that before, right? But I think she was just kind of like, I think the reason why she did that was because she was trying to like break the awkwardness or something like that. That's why she was kind of like still being kind of like polite after I asked her for a number and she gave me the wrong one. I think she was trying to like break like the awkwardness or something like that. And the second time I asked a girl for a number, she was black. I believe she was African American, and this one I thought I had this one in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because you know she used to like smile, she used to say hello or whatever like that. Right? She used to like initiate with me first too or whatever like that. And I'm like, right, and I was like kind of like scared at first, like shit. I'm like kind of like scared to ask her for a number, right? And I just like, you know, and I was telling myself like, listen, man, like you got this. Like she already like you. All you gotta do is ask for a number. And I asked for her number, and that shit went left. Like once I asked for her number, like her whole complete entire energy changed. The energy was kind of like how dare you ask for my number. And like the way she responded was like, what you need that for? I'm like, damn, like what, like you know, like to talk to you. I was like, you know, to talk to you or whatever like that. And she was like, you know, do you have like an Instagram or whatever like that? And I was like, no, I don't have an Instagram. I lied and said I didn't have an Instagram because at the time I was you know what I'm saying, I was RP. I was RP, you know, or red pill. And I was listening to videos and they were telling me that, you know, when you ask a girl for a number, get her number. You know, don't take her Instagram, don't take her TikTok, you know, don't take any of that. You know, get her number or whatever like that. And so I was pretty much taking that, you know, bull crap advice. But I'm like, I cracked under pressure like really, really fast. And I was like, all right, you know, my Instagram is this. And I gave her my Instagram handle. And like I gave her my Instagram and because I mean, like after she gave me that reaction, I was like, she's not interested. Like she's not interested. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't bother contacting her or like I didn't bother any of that. And I think I did that like on a Friday. Yeah, I think I did that on a Friday. So like the next week, that next Monday, I didn't see her for that whole entire day. I'm like, damn, I wonder if she, you know, didn't come today or whatever like that. But it turns out she was just avoiding me. And like pretty much like towards the end of the day, like I was walking down the aisle and like right when I got to like the end of the aisle, you know what I'm saying? Me and her ran into each other and we locked eyes. And it was like a look of horror. Like she leaned back a little bit. And it was like a look of horror like came upon her face. Like I was going to do something to her or something like that. And that kind of like hurt my feelings. I'm like, well, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? I almost wanted to cry. You know, I almost wanted to, that shit really hurt my feelings. I'm like, damn, like she really think I'm going to do something to her? Like all I asked was like, I only asked her for a number. Like she really think like I was gonna do that to her, like I was gonna do something to her, or whatever like that. And like I just like after that, like I didn't look her way. I didn't like you know I stopped saying hi. We stopped speaking, and she was just it was like she was trying to like reintegrate herself. Like she would say hi or whatever like that, like try to make like things like normal again. But like I could look at her and I could tell she was talking to like multiple dudes or whatever like that. And like a lot of these women are. Like a lot of these women are talking to multiple dudes. But like I said, like my experience, like some of my experiences were like all right. Some of my experiences were horrible. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like mixed. And you know, and like some days I think I just have my days. Like I said before, and I really think it's like you know my mother and my father's because like. My father's like an 8. My father's my father's an 8. My father's a very attractive man. You know what I'm saying? And my mother's like sub 5. Maybe like sub 3, sub 4 or whatever like that. And you know, I think like different days like those elements come out. You know what I'm saying? So like like some days I look better, and then other days I look worse. You know what I'm saying? And it's reflected in how people treat me. Like that's how I know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I remember like one day me and my father, we was on the phone, we were having a conversation or whatever like that. And because me and my father, we really don't have like, my father really doesn't know me. He doesn't. He really wasn't in my life. He really doesn't know me. He really wasn't in my life. He really didn't raise me or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? My mother's pretty much like a single mother. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like the only conversations, the only like interactions I have with my dad really is like over the phone. And you know, my father seen some pictures of me or whatever like that, and my father was saying, I remember me and my father, we were in the midst of conversation, and my father was saying like, you know, like he was like me and your mother's genes don't mix. Like I should have had you by somebody else. And my mom heard this, and my mom, she became like really offended, right? And I mean, I didn't care, like I did not care. That didn't hurt my feelings at all. It didn't, right? She thought it did, but it really didn't hurt my feelings. It really didn't bother me. Like it really didn't bother me. It's like certain stuff my dad says or does, like it really sends my mother over the edge, and she'll call him and cuss him out, or like cuss him out on like Facebook or Instagram or whatever like that. But like it really doesn't bother me. Like I really don't care. Me and him really don't have like a connection or anything like that. So it's like you can't miss what you never had. You know what I'm saying? And it's really messed up because it's like, you know, my mother said I act just like him. Like I act just like him. It's like I inherited his whole, like, because like I'm a second, or I'm a junior, so like I have his whole entire name. And my mom's like you act just like him. It's like I took his personality, but I didn't take the way he looks, or I took some of the way he looks. Like I guess I look like a combination between, because if you ask him, he'd be like, I don't look like him. I look like my mother. You know what I'm saying? And you know, some other people say I look like my mother, but my mother and my sister believe that I look like him. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll be looking at myself in the mirror. I'll be like, you know, I kind of look like a combination between both of them. I look like a combination between him and my mother. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like me and him really don't have a connection. Like, and he didn't see me, and he haven't seen me in person in years. And the crazy part about it is, at the time, he only lived like right around the corner from me, like a couple blocks from me, or whatever like that. And I remember one time when I was working at Walmart, I was running out to catch an Uber, and he was walking down my block. You know what I'm saying? And I seen him, and I recognized him, and I waved, and he seen me, but he didn't recognize who I was. He didn't even know I was his son. You know, and I waved hi to him. He waved hi back. He thought I was like a cousin in the family or whatever like that. And then right after that, right after he seen me, I jumped in the Uber. And the Uber was like, he was like, you know, like the Uber asked me, and I think the Uber said something, and I was like, yeah, that's my father. And the Uber was like, wait, that's your father? He was like, yo, man, are you all right? It looked like he was about to walk past you, like he didn't even know who you was. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't offended. I wasn't hurt by it. I wasn't. I wasn't. And and right after the Uber driver said that, I get a call from him on my phone, and he's like, wait, you know, I think, like, you know, like he said my name, like, was that you or whatever like that? And I'm like, yeah, that was me or whatever like that. And I think he did feel like crap about that, because he was like, you know, we got to do better. And I told my mother the whole situation, and my mother was like no, like, you know, like he has to do better. Like he's the father. Like how you about to walk past your own son? How you don't realize your own son? You know what I'm saying? Like he has to do better. He's the adult or whatever like that. And I said, I didn't care. I didn't care. And he's going through his own crisis, because, you know, like his whole entire life he was like this pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't that smart, wasn't that good in school or whatever like that. And like his whole entire life he was pretty much a pretty boy. Like it was easy for him to get women, and that's what he told me. He was like, I think my purpose here, you know what I'm saying, was to make babies. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so easy for him to get women. He was like, you know, that's what I'm good at, so that's what I'm sticking to. And he's pretty much going through it now because now he's older. You know what I'm saying? He's in his 50s, and you get older, you don't look the same. So it's like, what I'm saying, he's old now, and he's all like depressed and all this other stuff. He says people don't care about him and all this other stuff like that, and right, it's just because, and I think he's really like he's going through that because like he missed who he was, like what he was able to do, like he missed being in his prom. He's pretty much going through what we black pillars are. What we BP people are going through right now. He's pretty much going through that right now. He's going through like a what is that called? A midlife crisis or whatever like that. He's having one of those. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of like it's like with each and every generation in our family. It's like a downgrade. Like my grandfather was like a very, very, like my grandfather. His father was like a really attractive man, really smart. Like my grandfather, I heard that he graduated school. He graduated high school when he was like 15, so he was out early. You know what I'm saying? He was going to college when he was 15. You know what I'm saying? So my grandfather, his father, is known for being like this handsome, very smart man, right? And then you have his son, right? One of his sons, right? Because my grandfather, he has like 13 kids, and my father, he has like there's 12 of us. And give me a minute. Anyway, like I was saying, right? Then you have his son, which is right, which my father is not very smart, but he's very handsome, or whatever like that. And he gets all the women, and then you have me, who's like, you know what I'm saying, where I'm not like I'm just like I'm not very smart. And I don't even get a whole lot of women. I don't even get like a whole lot of women. So it's like with each and every generation, it's like just gets like downgraded until you get somebody like me. Yeah. So what was I going to say? I kind of like lost my train of thought. Yeah. So like I really don't have a connection. I really don't have a relationship with my father. And anytime my father does or say something stupid, or anytime my father does or something or say something my mother doesn't like she calls and cusses him out. Like for the past couple birthdays, like I haven't like called my father up and like wished him a happy birthday. And my father's like really, really petty. I think this is where I get my pettiness from. Like where like he'll do the same thing. Like, okay, well, since you ain't wished me a happy birthday, I'm not gonna wish you a happy birthday. And I don't care. Like I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't hurt me. Like that definitely doesn't hurt me. And like I was saying, and I think I was saying in Trey stream, we were talking about family, and I said that like I have a mother and I have a sister, and anything outside of that is iffy, and that's the truth. Like I have a mother and I have a sister, and I've had them my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? And anything outside of that is it's pretty much iffy. But like yeah, like I said, like I don't really talk about the opposite sex or women on this channel because like my interactions have been like it's been more negative like than positive, but like the positive it's been positive too. It's not like it's been like completely all negative. Like there's been some days like when I used to go to the gym every day, like I used to do like I used to go to the gym like 5 days every week, and I used to do like 3 hours of cardio. Like I used to be jumping on the machines. And those machines are useful, but like after a while your body get used to it, and if you're doing it like every single day, your body gets used to it, so you're burning less and less calories. But what I really needed to do was like get on the floor and start doing push-ups, sit-ups, and like calisthenics and stuff like that, like using my own body weight, right? Which I really don't want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like calisthenics and conditioning, like that's tough. Like that's brutal. And but like if I really want to lose weight and I really want to come down, that's what I need to do. And I know what I need to do. I just don't really want to do it. But like I would walk into the gym some days, and I would have like sometimes women would look at me with disgust, and sometimes they like the same women, they'll look at me and they'd be like, oh well, he looks better today, or he looks nice today, or whatever like that, and they'll say hello, or they'll initiate or whatever like that. So it's you know what I'm saying, it's real finicky. um is real finicky, and I think I could have like a relationship, but I just think like I'm scared to have one. I'm too under, like I'm scared, right? And I think I'm too scared to fucking have one. I'm too scared to make a move. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I don't know. I don't know. Like I just get scared. Like at a certain point, like it feels good, right? That some women are taking interest in me, but is even like if a woman takes interest in me, like I don't see what I like. You know what I'm saying? Or if I do see what I like, I'm too scared to make a move. Um, like I've had situations where I've like been walking home from school. You like, and girls, like you might have two girls in the car or whatever like that, and they might pull, like they might be in traffic, like lower, like they might lower their window and they might be like, like shouting out like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" or whatever like that. And I look at them and then like I don't see what I like, and you know what I'm saying, I'm like, yeah, I'm taking or whatever like that. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say like, no. Like I've like, it just seems like you know what I'm saying, and I'm pretty sure like everybody pretty much goes through this. It's like the your type is not you, like you're not your type's type. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody goes through that. You know what I'm saying? And it pretty much I'll make a whole nother video on it, but it pretty much like hits you on the idea like people want a relationship with the people that don't want a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? And that even goes back to the dude I just cut off, who I thought was my best friend. Like I wanted a relationship with him, but clearly he didn't want a relationship with me. And the guys he calls his real friends, he wants a relationship with them, but I can tell that they really don't want a relationship with him because he used to be telling me little shiesty stuff they used to be doing to him. Like he said when he hit, because he got into a situation where he got into like a crash or whatever like that, and he lost his car. And but he said when he had a car, he would go around and pick all of them up and take them places and do all this and do all that. But since he lost his car, you know what I'm saying, they have cars now, you know what I'm saying, and he be wanting to like come over their house or whatever like that, and they'll tell him to walk or they'll tell him to catch the bus or catch an Uber or something like that, but they won't even bother to pick him up, so they don't even like really mess with him like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how that works. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he like I want a relationship with him. Well, I thought we had a relationship. I thought he was my best friend, and you know, right? He doesn't really want a relationship with me, and he doesn't value it, so he treats me like trash. And then he wants a relationship with those guys, and they treat him like trash. It's kind of funny how that works. But like what can I say? You know what I'm saying? The black pill reigns supreme. The BP reigns supreme.